I am working in my garden today. I just take out my braces, my hair. I just took it out, and I was thinking, oh, this is such a nice place here. I'm putting my apple in the net, and I was thinking about um, the therapy that I took in 2014. I took more than a year. I took therapy. I needed because my sister Daily Font, she was murdered, and but the police, they cannot prove it that she was murdered, but they think she was murdered. But because of the autopsy, and that really really hit me hard, because she was my sister that I took care of when I moved to Haiti. She was a young child. She was 2 years old, and she was my responsibility. We were together in the adopted parents, and she was raped when she was 4 years old. And she told me, and she showed me the way that she was raped. So I asked her, what did they do? What did they do to you? And I said to her that she could use my body to explain what they did to her. And so she did. How old was I? I was 9 years old. She was 4. I will become 10 that year. And this is where I really knew that my adoption wasn't good. I wasn't in a good place. And this is where I start to protect my sister that I took responsibility for in Haiti when I was 7. Now I was 10. We were kidnapped, different country, and someone have raped my sister. She was 4 years old. So when my sister was murdered, she was 33 years old mom, and she was a mom herself. We did not have contact for years because I divorced my adopted parents. So by law, the Dutch government made her no longer my sister. So, but I wanted legally to separate from these people because I wanted to protect my son Joshua. And so I went to boarding school when I was, don't even know my age, because my age was false. When I was kidnapped, they changed my age. They made me 3 years younger than I was. I have suffered deeply, deeply under it because I could never be the age that I am, and I didn't went to the school that I am. When I was in Haiti, I was on private school, and I was a good student. I was good in math. I was good in everything. I wasn't the top #1 student, but I was smart enough that I could do university, that I could become anything I want to be. That smart I was. And then when I was kidnapped, they put me back into kindergarten, and nobody listened to me, that I was saying, no, I'm not 6 years old, I'm 9 years old. That mentally abused in that situation was really hard. It was harder than the physical abuse that I had to take. And when I was in Haiti and I was in a private school for 2 years with Catholic nun. I'm sorry to say it, but I really hate Catholic nuns. Just like many people in the world, I also have really bad experience with them. I think everyone has. But I was a good student. I was doing really, really well. I could learn well. And then when I was kidnapped, I had to focus on surviving. I realized very soon when I was kidnapped that my focus wasn't going to be on my education, but that my focus had to be how I was going to survive, how I was going to survive the situation. And with all the power that I had in me, I wanted to protect my sister, Daily Funds. And then she was murdered in 2014. Vodafone is a company that have really hurt my life. I had my number for years, and they took away my number, the only number that my sister had of me. And they blocked my phone, so I couldn't even get into my telephone to try to reach my sister. Couldn't get her anywhere because Vodafone, they took away my phone. I couldn't get in. They did nothing to help me. They were really wrong to do that. Vodafone is a company that I'm going to sue for emotional damage. They win that I have to pay them because my abonnement, my telephone contract was finished, and because they just stopped communication. There was a problem with Bluetooth, and people were breaking into my phone. They didn't want to have any discussion. I was just a client, so they just knocked me off. So I lost contact with my sister Daily Funds because of that. And I have been really trying to find her, and I couldn't find her. And then I had a Yahoo Mail. There was some problem international with Yahoo Mail, so I couldn't get into my mail. It was like karma, the universe wanted me to be focused on myself, but I couldn't get to her. And I was in the middle of the court about my son. My ex was a drug addict. He was having sex with the child protection, the woman there, writing horrible reports about me. So I really had to fight for my son. My son was being abused because nobody took me serious. That I left my relationship because my ex is a drug addict, an alcoholic. And this is the point of apartheid, wherein I am black and he is white, with what they say stable family, because he has a brother and a father and a mom. His mom really hated me because I didn't want to have him back after his 6 years relationship with another alcoholic ended. So, but in that time I was middle in the court. My son was being abused, going to reach my sister. Everything comes together. I had to make money, building my healthcare company. So everything was extreme, taking care of a sick client. And it all went well. I could keep my head up, but I couldn't put my money where I wanted to. I wanted to put my money in a detective to find my sister. But I had legal bills to pay, travel. and housing. It's really, and I was thinking, my sister young, I will find her on the right moment. So when I came into the world media, she was pregnant. I did not know that. I know that she tried to contact me one time. It was before a Vodafone disconnect my phone. She left me a message. Later, when she died, I found out that she had lost her baby. That's why she tried to contact me. With 6 months, with pregnancy, poisoned. Couldn't be there for her because Vodafone have blocked my phone, started crying. And then she died. She died. She was murdered. She was poisoned. She was poisoned. And we couldn't prove that. So if you cannot prove it, then it's not homicide. So she died. So in 2014, 2014, she was gone. I really needed therapy. I needed therapy. I really needed therapy. To deal with it. And then she left behind a 3-year-old. Her death was all in the newspapers without her name. And I didn't know. I have read article and later I found out it was my sister. It was just like the Eminem song with Stanley. Later you found out it was her. So she had a second child. I was 3 years old in that moment. And her mother died. I don't want to say her name. She was with her dead body for 3 days. And she was 3 years old. She kept herself alive, or was in a refrigerator, till my sister was found. And then this child protection gives shelter to the people who have raped my sister when she was 4 years old. So in 2015, I went to court, and the court didn't listen to me. So I make awareness that my sister was also raped there, and they knew about it. And then the child protection said, yeah, it's a long time ago. This is the new situation. So my niece is surrounding people who have raped me and my sister. And this is why I am suing the Dutch government for abuse in humanity. And I couldn't save my niece. The only thing that I can do is doing this lawsuit. So the child protection, they can make mistakes and mistakes and mistakes without any taking any responsibility. In a defense, the Dutch government lawyer, he even write me that I could do more. I could go more to appeal. I could do more this. I could do more that. You know, in other words, I could just drown and become crazy so that they can pick me up, put me in mental hospital, throw away the keys. But you know, that's not the way that I fight. So this is one reason I am suing the Dutch government for what happened to us, my sister and me. And I didn't went to her funeral because I didn't want to see the people who rape us. Because they didn't go in jail, the people who rape us, because they were young children when they rape us. But they are, you can imagine that today they are adults. They are not normal adults. They are not nice adults. One of them apologized to me that he have raped me, but apologizing doesn't mean anything for what you go through as a victim. You know, I give comments about that I disagree with the punishment that R. Kelly gets because his situation is very different than mine. You know, these young girls who came near him, they knew that he was a predator. They knew that they could get money, get fame, whatever. And R. Kelly, I compare him like Barry Gordy. He thought he could get away with it. Barry Gordy did get away with it, to have a lot of sex with Diana Ross when she was a minor. So R. Kelly think the same way because as a musician in the time, many musicians did it that way, using young girls because they could get away with it. So, and he is different. R. Kelly is different. There's people that have raped me and my sisters. They are really criminals that I would like to have them in jail for the rest of their life because they are really danger for society. And the child protection made them run away. You know, they have children themselves, and the children have problem with them as a parent, so you can imagine. But my sister, Daily France, she survived it in her own way. She was very brave, very strong, very powerful, and I think that they murdered her because she said, you know, I'm going to get you. I think she just said to them, I'm going to get you. I'm going to break you down. I'm going to show the world what you've done to me. And I think this is why they killed her. They cannot kill me because they have to do a lot of things to get to me. They really have to go a lot of things to get to me. And if I get killed, the system knows they did it. Because I will not be silenced for what they did to my sister. And I will not be silenced to the government how the child protection dares to let my niece being around these creepy people. I have to tell you one good thing why I can go to sleep at night, because one of my niece's sister, she has an uncle who knows about the situation, and I trust him very well. I know he will protect her with his life, and I'm grateful for that. And so in court, 2015 courts, I made it clear to the court, to everyone, to the child protection, if anything happened to my niece, if my niece is going to be raped by these rapers, then they really have to deal with me, because I will go to court. And because I want my sister to rest in peace, and knowing that I will always be there for her daughter. And Vodafone, my day will come in court that I'm going to I have already sued them. I have already been in court with them, but that was about contract. But I'm going to sue them for emotional damage about what they did to me. So, Vodafone, I will not forget you. And hopefully I will find more people who were victim by this phone company like me, because a phone is so important, and that no communication about it. I remember calling the person up on the Vodafone, explain to them, listen, this is my number. I have this number for 18 years. I have this number. This is part of my life, this number. And can we make a deal, whatever? Just didn't listen. I explained, this number, my sister has it. Didn't care. They didn't care. Anyway, I was very happy with my therapy. So if you ever in mental health crisis, it's never feel ashamed to ask for help, because sometimes you just need it, so you can get out of it and become stronger. Talking about my sister dying with other people who have lost a sister or sibling have been really healing for me. I mean, healing, I never healed from her dad, but healing in a way is that I can give it a place, and knowing that I'm not alone. And so if you go through this kind of emotions, I really advise you to go and talk to someone about it, because it helps. It have really helped me. I would never be happy totally, because I miss her, my sister. And okay, I'm gonna say it again. I'm always jealous of Kim Kardashian because of her sisters, because there was a time in my life I had a two. Marie-Monique, Françoise, Daily France, Angelina. They were my girls. So when I see the Kardashian, I think, oh yeah, having girls is nice, I really enjoy it. So when the Jackson family kicked me out of the Jackson family, throw me to Haiti to become a Petit, I became rich, because I had 4 sisters and 3 brothers. I was happy. I was really happy. Happy to have them. I was never alone again. It was nice. We deal with the problem each other. We had our secret meetings in a forest, where we barbecued. Thriller Betrayal is so much more than my book, me only talking about Michael Jackson. It's the autobiography of my life in a memorial of my dad and how amazing he was to me. And Thriller Betrayal is my love for my dad. Thriller The Dark Side, Netherlands, is my political fight about my identity and why I'm in court right now. So this was Mocienne Petit Jackson, I'm very sorry that you get a sad story today, because I was planning to show you my garden. This is all my apples, and I just put in that. Just wanted to show you around. So I'm sorry. So I'm sorry. Next time better. I want to say have a nice day, and thank you for following me. Thank you very much, and love the ones that you love, and take good care of them. There was Mocienne Petit Jackson.